Well, hello, everybody. It's Mac here, and we're going to solve basically every type of equation we can think of. Um, this is version B. This is the second one I've been working on. I did do an A, and if you just kind of stumbled across this, mactutorials.com, that's where you'll find my version A. That's where you'll find a video of me explaining how to do these. This is kind of the end of a chapter where we learned all about how to solve for a variable. So we have one-step problems, two-step problems, we combine like terms, we do distributive property, we have variables on both sides, and I showed you how to do each one of those separately. In this one, we're going to mix them up. So watch how I do them, watch what I say and how I process them, and hopefully that'll help you. When I look at number one, all I see is I want that x by itself. Remember, that's the goal. We want to get the letter by itself. Once I see a number times, I just do the opposite. 6 times x, I'm just going to divide by 6, and I'm just going to get an x equals 5. It's really that simple. Number 3, I have a number in front of a letter, so I'm going to divide by it. But this time, I have a negative, so I need to make sure that I go with that negative. Now remember, we're not subtracting, we're dividing. When you have a positive divided by a negative, your answer is negative. Number 5, this is called a two-step equation, meaning I have to get the letter term alone. So I can't divide by 4 until it's by itself. So that plus 6 is messing me up. So I'm just going to go minus 6. That's my best way to get rid of that 6. So now it's just 0. So I get 4x equals 22 minus 6 is a 16. Now I'm allowed to divide by 4 because the x value is alone. And I get x equals 4. Okay? Let's go on to number 7. 2 in front of a parenthesis, that means distributive property. And that's going to give me a 2x plus 6 equals 18. Now, I can't divide by 2 yet because of that plus 6. So let's subtract 6 from both sides. Now I get a 2x equals 12. From here, I can do my division, and that's fine, and I'm going to get x equals 6. Let me zoom up just a little bit. All right, look at this. Another distributive property. That's always the first step you do when you see this. And I'm going to get a 5x minus 10 equals, and I just copy everything else down. Okay? Now, I have letter, a number, and a number. I have to move someone. And it doesn't matter who I move first, but back in the section when I taught this, I said move the letters first, the term with the variable, and move it in such a way so that the variable stays positive. And again, that's not a have to, but when you do that, you tend to make less mistakes. You could have gone plus 10 plus 10. You could have gone minus 5x minus 5x. You could have gone minus 10 minus 10. There's lots of things you could have done. But this way, I've just found that students tend to be more successful if they do it the way I suggest. 2x equals 20. And why would you be here if you didn't want to take my suggestion, right? Here we go. X equals 10. I got you. I got your back. I want you to do well in this. Trust me, I got you. Here we go. I have letters and numbers on both sides. So I need to move somebody over. And as I said in the last one, I'm going to go minus x on both sides. Do not do this. 3x minus x is 3. The x's cancel out. No, they don't. That's not what happens. Okay. Look, I have 3 x's on my hand, and I'm going to take away one of those x's. I'm left with 2 x's. Remember, when you see an x just floating out there, it means 1x. And so sometimes when you draw the 1x, you'll do your math a little bit better. Okay. So now I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Boom, die. 2x equals 12. And now when I divide each side by 2, boom, x will equal 6. All right. 13, I have letters on both sides. Okay, so how am I going to handle this? Same thing. I'm going to move the variable in such a way so that the variables stay positive. 3x plus 2 equals 17. Now I'm going to have letters on one side, numbers on the other side. Boom, die. And I get 3x equals 15. Now I'm going to divide each side by 3. Boom, x equals 5. Cool. Number 15, look, I have terms on the same side. Don't go minus 3x, minus 3x. That would be bad. You only do the opposite when you want to cross over the equal sign. I don't want to cross over the equal sign. I just want to combine them together on the same side. When you do that, just do the math. Copy everything else down. Now I do my division because the x is by itself. X equals 5. That's a perfectly beautiful answer. Number 17. Look, I can combine terms. Awesome. 6x minus 8 equals 28. Now I want to get my letter term by itself, so I have to add 8 to both sides. Boom, die. And I get 6x equals 36. And now when I divide each side by 6, I'm going to get an x equals 6. One more on this column. Hey, a number in front of a parenthesis. I'm going to distribute a property. That gives me 3x minus 15 equals 12. Well, I want to get my letters all by itself, so I got to move that 15. That's what's in the way. So I'm going to move my 15. Boom, die. 3x equals 27. That's a nice, pretty number because I know when I divide by 3, I'm going to get x equals 9. Okay? Let's go over to the other column over here. All right, so on number 2, x plus 11. What's in the way of x being by itself? It's plus 11. So let's go minus 11. And they die. They don't really die, but plus 11 and negative 11, that equals 0, meaning there's nothing left on that side. So whatever I do on the left, I have to do on the right, and I get a 9. And I do a much bigger explanation of that if you go back to my video in chapter 2. I want to get x by itself, so I do the opposite of minus 8, which is plus 8. Boom, die. X equals, signs are different, subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, which is positive, so I'm done. Number 6, okay, I erased my box. This is a two-step equation. I can't divide by 7 because that negative 5 is in the way. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides, and that's going to give me a 7x equals 35. And once I do that and I divide everybody by 7, I get an x equals 5, which I love. Okay? Number 8. Now be careful on your signs here. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 4 is a positive 12. Negative divided by negative times a negative is a positive. Now, I want to keep this letter term by itself, so I'm going to subtract my 12 to get rid of that. And now my negative 3x, don't forget to bring down the negative, is all by himself. Once he's all by himself, now I can do the division. And once I do that, I get x equals negative 12. Okay? Let's go on to number 10 here. Oh, a number in front of a parenthesis, so I'm going to do that. 4x plus 4 equals 2x plus 18. Now I have variables on both sides. I could go minus 4 minus 4. I could go minus 4 minus 4. I could go minus 2x minus 2x, and I could go minus 18 minus 18. But as we've said before, I'm going to move the variable first. And I'm going to move it in such a way so that the variable stays positive. Okay? Now this is pretty. This looks like one before, just a normal two-step problem. I'm going to get rid of the number, and that's going to allow me to have my 2x all by himself, which means I can divide, and when I do that, my x is going to equal 7. Okay, let's move on to number 12. So right here I have variables on both sides. So again, I can do anything I want, but if I go minus 2x, that's going to work out better for us because we're going to keep our variables positive. So now, letters on one side, numbers on the other. I can't divide by 5 yet. Can't divide by 5 until that x value is alone. So that's why I'm going to move that 9 next. I'm going to be left with 25. Now I can divide by 5 because that x is all by itself. X equals 5. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Number 14. I have variables on both sides. So I'm going to move my 4x because that's going to keep my variable positive. And I'm going to end up with a 4x minus 7 equals 21. And now I can just add 7 to both sides. Boom, die. And I get 4x equals 28. And then once I divide each side by 4, I'm just left with x equals 7. Okay, let's go on to number 16. Now, they're on the same side. If you go plus 4x, that gets me nowhere, okay? We only do that when we cross over. We're on the same side. So when we're on the same side, you just do the math. 9x minus 4x is 5x. I have a whole section on combining like terms if that freaks you out. That's in chapter 1 on maxtutorials.com. So go there if you need a little bit of help. Okay, 18, again, same side. And if they're on the same side, all we're going to do is combine them. Okay, plus 5 equals 25. So now if I subtract 5 from both sides, I get a 4x equals 20. And once I divide each side by 4, I very simply get the x equals 5. Boom, 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 boom. Last one, number 20. Oh, I have a number in front of a parenthesis, so I'm going to go like this first, and I'm going to get 5x plus 5 equals 2x plus 20. Now I have variables on both sides. So I'm going to go minus 2x, boom, die, and I get 3x plus 5 equals 20. Now, to solve this, I'm going to go minus 5, boom, die, 3x equals 15. Now I'm going to divide each side by 3, and that's going to give me x equals 5. All right, well, here are all the answers now. You can screenshot and look at that. And that, my friends, is version B. Okay, again, version B. All right, so if you feel good about that, go ahead and I'll see you on the next one. But if you want a little more practice, I do have a version C, and that could help you out as well. Okay, so wherever I see you, I'll see you there.